एक ओंकार सतनाम करता पुरख निरभव निर्वैर अकाल मूर्त अजूनी सैभ गुर प्रसाद। धन धन गुरु गोबिंद सिंह साहिब सच्चे पातशाह, धन धन गुरु ग्रंथ साहब जी महाराज, गुरु नानक साहब हजूर। भूल छिमो हमरी प्रवापन, भूलन हार कहाँ को मुस, कमाले करामात कायम करीम, रजा बख्श राजक रेहा को रहीम। वाहेगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहेगुरु जी की फतेह। We are visiting the Bani of the Japji, and today is the culmination of this Bani. We will visit the SALOK after the 38th Pauri. There are two shloks in this Bani. Japji Sahib is a treatise on life. It's an explanation to us, a narration of what life really is. Some of the deepest secrets of life are hidden in the simplest things of life, and we completely miss them. A geologist picks up a stone and can read where that stone is formed and how, when and how old it is. We will only see the colors in it. How deeply we see life, that is how deeply we understand it. There are two aspects of how we can live this life. One is to keep wandering in the hukum of the Creator. And the other is to find stability and rest in the hukum again. Guru Nanak Sahib starts this Bani by focusing us on the center of creation, ek omkar, where there is a continuum flow of energy of the Creator, the presence of the Creator in life. He explains the nature of this. Satnam, katha, purukh, nirpao, nirvair, akal murat, ajuni sahib gur prasad. And in the word Gur Prasad, he gives us the key to opening the door of the secrets of life. Gur Prasad, the Prasad from the Guru. Without the Guru, spiritual awakening, spiritual focus, I think even spiritual progress is not possible. The Guru is like the beacon of light who keeps guiding us. And more importantly, Guru is the only way of freeing ourselves of our ego world. We can never leave the ego world on our own. But only with the Guru's presence, we can do that. Maharaj gives us 4 forms of time: Aad Sach, Jugad Sach, Heavy Sach, Nanak Hosi Bhi Sach. Before there was no creation, Creator was. The Creator is in the past, present and future. These are the 4 timelines. And it is only the Creator who is present in all of these 4. And that is why the only truth of life lies in the Naam of the Creator, Satnam. Then Maharaj brings the question. But before he brings the question, he tells us what are the traditional ways in which people seek the Guru, the Creator, God. He says, by suche such na hovi, chupe chup. And he talks about pukhya pukh na utri. And then he tells us about the Syanaps. So by bathing in pilgrimages, we think we will gain the Creator's presence. by being silent and keeping these vows that I will not talk till I meet the Creator doesn't work. By trying to satiate our senses through the senses world, we feel that once we are satiated, we will be able to meet God. But the mind and the ego world is like a bottomless well. It never gets satiated, never gets filled. In the wisdom, intellect, cunningness, all the tools of the ego world which make us gain things in this physical world, where we feel we've gained. There, Maharaj says these don't work in that world. See how he closes these 4 directions of the traditional seeking of the Creator, and then he raises the question, Kiv sachiara hoiye, Kiv kude tutte paal. He tells us that there is a wall of falsehood, a wall of deceit, a wall of misinterpretation, where we have not, we are denied the vision of life. How does this get solved? How do I become Satyara, the Creator's truth? Yeah, how? And he gives us the answer. That in this world there are 2 ways of living. One is the ego life, and the other is the life of Raza. All of this world is governed by what Maharaj calls hukam, the laws. We live in this country, we are aware of the laws, and if we don't drive according to the laws, then we get punished. So these are the hukams of the government of India, or if we are in any other nation, then the government of that nation. So that is the hukam of that country. Similarly, the Creator is present in His creation through His orders, His hukams. Through the rules He's created, through the methodologies, through the different physics, chemistry, biology, all these different aspects of life. These are a part of the Creator's hukam. We only know and nurture a part of it, a small part. But he explains to us that hukam razai chalna, Nanak likhya naal. Somebody has a very good life. Yes, they are very well to do. They are very happy. Somebody has a miserable life. There's a lot of stress, a lot of pressures, never meeting the goals. Now, these are 2 different lives. But which life is more apt? The judgment doesn't lie in the physical world. The one who's more comfortable, more at ease, may go away a failure from this world. And the one who's not, the one who's more tense, more stressed, in perception, the one who's losing out in our perception, maybe the one who's victorious. These rules are not governed by the physical, sensual world. These rules are governed by the world. And what the state of mind is when one goes from here. What is the evolution of the mind? Guru Sahib has explained to us in the Japji that it is the mind where all this game will be played of life. And he tells us in the beginning that the meditation of life happens with Shabad. गाविए सुनिए मन रखिए पाओ. Maharaj, there are two different words which Maharaj uses. One is Shabad and the other is Naam. These are the same in essence. Without Shabad and Naam, the revelation will never come forth for us. Without Guru, this never happens. Never. So we keep wandering. But it is not as though those who are wandering are not seeking. They are also seeking. We are all seeking the same thing. But some of us miss the point. And some of us find the point. Sab mein jyot, jyot hai soe. Tis de chanan, sab mein chanan hoy. The Creator is present in everyone in the form of light, a presence. The revelation of the Creator happens through the Guru, Gur Sakhi Jyot Pargat hoy. Then Maharaj tells us about Suniye, Maniye and Panch. How the inner transformation of the mind happens. Through intent and intense listening in dhyan, the mind, subconscious mind, gets transformed. Suniye maniye man ki tapa, antargat tirat malna. Maharaj says that once we have started seeking and we start listening intently, then we drop our mind. And only when we drop our mind, we meet the Guru. Otherwise, there is no meeting possible. The wall is the ego. And it will remain so if we don't drop it when we are with the Guru. So we can assume that we go physically even to the Guru. But when we are with our Guru, we don't give up our ego mind. Then the actual meeting between a Sikh and a Guru will not happen. The meeting is going to happen in the man. Sahib says that when I have listened so intently that I have no mind, my mind is stable, thir, not moving, then only the meeting between me and my Guru will happen. Nanak Bhakta Sada Vigas, Suniye Dukh Paap Ka Nas. By listening to the Guru and dropping my ego, I am transcend death, time, and I go into the realm of Vigas, happiness, forever. And dukh, pain and sorrow and wrong will go away from me. Dukh paap ka nas. Who is the doer? That makes the difference. The same action will have different results depending on who the doer is. I am the doer, or I am not the doer. If I am not the doer, then only Creator is there. Tu karta, tu hua, mujh mein raha na hu. Maharaj, we have come into this world in our wanderings, in our past seeds which we have sown. And there is an opportunity in this coming. The opportunity opens certain doors, and once intently followed, can resolve our wanderings and make us meet what we are looking for. Guru calls these people Panch, those who are the honored, Dargah Man. They are the ones for whom the door of inner awakening, the anand of life, opens. They are the gifted. They have transcended the karam world. Maharaj tells us in the Khand, when he starts with Dharam Khand, karmi karmi hoy vichar. Either we are in the karam world where we are the doer. The ego is the doer, and ego gets punished or rewarded for what it does or doesn't do. But it is always trapped. It has no escape. And it has no control over itself. Only control it has is over its actions. Karmi karmi hoy vichar. But then he says, in this very world there are some other kind of people. Tithe sohn panch parvan. These are the panch. They are different. They are not living this ego world. They are living the nether world. Nadri. They are the Pave Nisan, and there is a sign on them of another. They are stamped, so to say. Karam, the grace of the Creator, is with them. They are actually living in the presence of the Creator. They live in the different world. They don't live in the world you and me live in. We live in the pain world, the questioning world, the pleasure-seeking world where we get momentary pleasures and then pain, with the knowledge and awareness that we are separated from our source. Sahib has then given us the explanation of how we travel in life and spiritual journey in the 4 different khands, and the fifth quality of the man is the Sachkhand, where the Creator exists alone, where I am not. And in these khands he beautifully explains that kach pakai hote jai. Then in this dharam khand, once we leave only we will know kach pakai. Who is the rewarded and who is the punished? Who is the more mature, who is the immature? Who is more capable of gift? Only when we go from here we will know. So we can't say this person's life is miserable. It may be miserable to us, but the reality of a human being happens in the mind. Pain can guide us, can make us, energize us to seek more deeply. In fact, pain does that. In joy, we don't seek. We find more rest in joy. We enjoy the joy of life. Nanak Japji Sahib. Once we go from here, then only we will know whether we are the selected ones or the discarded ones, or whether we go into wandering or we find some peace and rest. But the transformation happens within this life. The real transformation can happen only when we are living. Nothing changes in the mind after that. Then Maharaj gave us the magical 38th body on how fear gets transformed to love, and how the mint, the wealth of life is created. The taksal, by patience, effort, stable mind, by shabad, and by the energy of fear. with the negativity of life, drives us into the love of life. So in this way, we probably should not negate any aspects of life which come to us, but accept everything as Guru Prasad, what we can't change. The other day, we were talking about these different planes and how we mix the spiritual plane with the physical plane. And I thought a very apt example could be that when we learn how to drive and we don't know the rules of how to drive, of what are the laws, and we go through all the red lights, and then we come home and we have all these challans in front of us, and then we blame God for it. We say, what did I do wrong for God to do this to me? This is how we mix the different planes. We don't have the aptitude, the expertise to deal with our ambitions. We haven't trained ourselves to work towards our ambitions. And when we falter, when we fall, when we find blockades, then we turn it into a spiritual explanation and we say, this is the punishment we are getting. This is how we mix the different planes of life. If I'm a doctor and a bad doctor, then I can't blame God for the wrong operations I do, because I haven't made the effort. This is the physical plane. I need to train myself in the aspect of life which I want to do, which I choose to do. This is a very common mistake we all do. I also do the same. Then we blame God for the pain we get. Sometimes all our effort does not change anything, but everything in life is changing. And only in patience and time we find the real change will come. But we often want to force the change. Even death and time of death can be changed, provided we know the way to our Guru. Maharaj, let's go through this last shlok of the Japji, the celebration of life. Jan Nanak ko gureh madini, jap har pav jal tarna. A way to cross this world forever, to the timeless world, to the undefined world. Bast agochar pai. Something we can't talk about. The realm of the agochar. Agam, where we can't go ourselves, our ego can't go. Then we can rest with the thought that we have gone through all the Pauris of the Japji, and in this way become a step closer to our Guru. So let's read through the slok and then we go into what Maharaj is telling us.
Waheguru Ji, SALOK, Pavan Guru, Ani Pita, Mata Tark Mahat, Divas Raat Doye, Dai Daya, Khilai Sang Jagat, Changiyaiyan, Buriyaiyan, Bacha Taram Hadu, Karmi Apo Apani, Ke Neda, Ke Dur, Chinni Naam Te Aaya, Dve Mashakat Kaal, Nanak, Te Mukh Ujle, Keti Sukti Naal, Jinni Naam Te Aaya, गए मशक्कत काल, नानक ये मुख उजले, खेती छुट्टी नाल, वाहेगुरु जी।
धन्यवाद भाई साहब. If life is a game, then we are all players. When we all grew up, we used to play these Ludo games at home. And the game was very intense when we were playing it. But today it is a laughing matter. Life is a game which is just similar. It is temporary. It is not permanent. None of the results of this game in the physical world have or hold real meaning. But yet, there is something which is special about life. Maharaj explains this game, this world where we are all playing. And he says, if simile is used, Pavan is like the Guru, the air is like the Guru. Without the Guru, there is no spiritual world, there is no physical world. So the breath of life, that is where creation happens, Pavan. In the Sikh Gurus, a similar question was asked of Guru Nanak Dev. And he said, Pavan aram satgur matvela. From the breath does everything start. Shabad Guru Surt Tunchil. So Maharaj, the explanations of life, the understandings of life, is like a game we played when we were growing up. The living which we are doing has no real eternal meaning in the physical sense, but it has an eternal meaning in the spiritual sense. Provided we are able to transform our inner mind to reach those goals which will give the results. Because if we are not able to transform, then we keep wandering in this physical world and keep playing this game, which has no real meaning. A game of loss and victory, of sorrow and pain, of rich and poor, of right and wrong, of honor and disgrace. This game is how it is all about. And we keep playing this game. And we will go through all the aspects of life in this game. It's not as though we will not be poor or we will not be disgraced. It will happen to all of us. The positive and negative are together. Maharaj says Pavan is the Guru. The Guru is the breath. The Pavan Guru, Pani Pita. And water is the creator of life, the father. It's a simile. He's explaining to us like a family is existing, like that the world exists. Mata Tart Mahat. And like a mother in a family, the earth is our mother. She gives us birth. Everything comes from this dust. The water is what we can't live without. Now this is our family of life. And he says time, Divas Raat, morning and day, Doi Dai Daya, like the grandfather and the grandmother. Khele Sagal Jagat, and the whole world is playing in this world, in this game. This game of Ludo, Monopoly, which we are playing, is not forever. It's a temporary, transient phenomenon. eh jo duniya seher mela. Dastagiri na hai. Nothing comes in the hand from here. That is what he means when he says that this is all superficial. This is all a game. Even the richest of the people here will take away nothing from here. And the poorest will not go any poorer. Death is a leveler. It levels everything. The whole identity is shredded and gone. And across this line of death, nobody is honored more or less because of their physical attributes or their wealth or the honor they got in the world. Those are not the rules which govern that world. But there are some rules which govern this world. Changayaiyan, burayaiyan, vache, taram hadur. So he has created a balance. Taram is the balance. If we are all left undeterred, unchecked, unseen, then it's a wild west. But he says it's not like that. Good and bad which we do is recorded. Vache, taram hadur. The taram, the rules of life, the duties of life, they govern what we do. And our karam, karmi apo apni. Ke nede ke dur. And what we are done gives us the ability to be close or far from our own Creator. Or also we can say that what we do, we get the results of that, whether it is near future or later on. But this is again, Guru Sahib is again bringing forth the two aspects of life, of our man. One is the karam, the ego man, which is what is defined in the physical world. The physical world has to do with our ego mind. It's our form and shape of the man when it takes birth. Eh man shakti, eh man seo, eh man panch tat ka jiyo. Eh man le jo, un man rahe, ta teen lok ki baatein kahe. Why do we revere Guru so much? Because Guru knows that aspects of life which lead to permanence, perfection, and gives us an unconditional state of being, which are not temporary, which can't be taken away from us. He knows the way in which we can transcend our mind. Man jeete jag jeet. And he targets that. We don't spend energy in our man. Yesterday I was going through a personality who was discussing about the deeper mind, the more powerful mind. And he had this theory that if we would sit alone with our man for 30 to 60 minutes, and I assume when he says sit alone is that we don't participate with our thoughts. We watch our thoughts. Because if we are participating, then it's a flow, we can sit for even hours. We've lived all our lives flowing in these thoughts and going nowhere. So he says in this 30 to 60 minutes, the mind gets transformed into a super mind. And you transcend all the confusion, you transcend all your chaos, and you start seeing the visions of what we want to know. And then you also, he says, that you will start getting the answers to what you're looking for. What are we looking for? We are all looking for happiness forever. We are very simple people. We want happiness, unconditional, and we don't want any death. These are the two simple conditions we have. And none of us, most of us, will not achieve that. We will not transcend death, and we will not find our Anand. The reason is because we have not made a friend of our man. We haven't searched our own mind. We haven't searched below the layers of our conscious mind what the mind is. This is our issue. We are playing a very superficial game of Monopoly. When we were intensely playing Monopoly, we used to be ready to beat up each other. That's how intense the game would become. But most of us don't live life like that. We live very superficially. We are not willing to give up much. We want to hold on to our ego and find our answers. And the answers don't lie in the ego world. They lie in the another world, in the world of grace, where the Creator has transcended the moving mind. Chalte ho man rakhe, amrit chakhe. Maharaj, the question to be asked is that we seek happiness when we are in pain. When we are happy, we don't seek happiness. We are already happy. Then we ask this question, what is the reason for our pain? Kit kit bid jagupje purkha. Kit kit dukh binas jai. How does the world come about, and how does pain go away? Bhai Nandlal says, Gamche bashat gaflat az yaad khuda. And what is the reason for my pain? Cheez shadi yaad beimtaha. We have we have lost our source code. Where we are coming from, we've lost that. And our source code is full of anand, rich with satiation and love. Our source code is our way to our unconditional state of being, where doing is not necessary. Like Thoreau on the Walden Pond was just doing, was not doing, was just being. And the more he was in being, the more relaxed he was, and the more and easier it was for him to transcend the inner mind. What we need to do is to first seek and search our mind. Is man ko koi khojo pai. And Guru Sahib actually does not give us theses or theories. He gives us action problems. He says, Gaviye suniye man rakhiye pa. Intensely submerge yourself in the Shabad. Through Shabad and Naam, you will find the answers. Bin naame man tek na tikhi. Nanak bhuk na jaye. Without Naam and Shabad, the mind will not find rest. And the hunger will not go away. Remember what Maharaj says in the Sramkhand. Sramkhand ki Bani Roop. Titte kadat kadiye bahut anoop. Taaki angalan kathiya na jaye. Jeko kahe piche pachtaye. Titte kadiye surt mat man buddh. Titte kadiye sura siddha ki sut. When he says the Shabad is your friend, your Guru, your spiritual guide, and it will chisel away the portions of our man which are not acceptable in the way forward. Kadiye Shabad. And then later he tells us this is the mint where the wealth is made. Daulat Javed Bashat Bandgi. The wealth forever. What is that wealth? It's not money, it's not dollars, it's not rupees, it's not gold, it's not silver. कंचन से पाइए नहीं तोल, मन दे राम लिया है मोल. Giving all the gold in this world, you will not find the Creator. But we don't listen to the real sounds of life, to the real silence of us within us. We want to make shortcuts, so we take gold and put it on our gurdwaras. And we feel happy about gold. But life is so much more beautiful and simpler, non-gold. Gold is our mind corruption, taking form and shape. We have sowed the seeds within us of a conditioned mind, where wealth is judged on how much money, car and house we have. And that is our quantitative judgment of people. Who has more and who has less. That is how we define the world. That is how we respect or disgrace a person. Guru Sahib never put any gold on any Gurdwara. The gold is our attraction for the outside world, by seeing. But the Gurdwara is a place where we go within. Gurdware lai pavni. Go with love within yourself. So should gold be the apt attraction we need to have to our Gurdwaras? It should not be. The simpler the better. The more undefined, that's even more better. When it's all grey. But we like to define. We like to give form and shape, name. And that is how we rest our mind. Our mind rests itself in the definitions of the physical world, not of the undefined world. If we find rest in the undefined world, then we've really chiseled away, kadiye, a major portion of our man which is not acceptable to the world beyond. Meeting between Guru and us cannot happen until we give up our own ego mind, our thoughts. And we listen so intently that we don't have any thoughts. Tuk dam karari jo karo, hazir hazur khudaye. We wander this whole life, but the Guru says the Creator is hazir. And then Maharaj tells us this, that we are blind, we don't see what is right in front of us. We are blind to the reality of life. And the reason is because we want to live our ego world. We find the relish in existing as I am. Whereas the I am is the pain world. We all want to be masters. But the Sikh is the real powerful personality who gives up himself. We all want to be gurus, call all ourselves guru, we know it all. But there is a lot of beauty in becoming a servant of the Guru, a sevak. There's a lot of freedom in that. And freedom is energy, and freedom is joy, and freedom is the real kingdom of life. Maharaj says that karmi apo apni ke nede ke dur. We are all wandering the karma world, action world. We are the doers. We want to keep doing, keep arguing, keep telling, keep judging, keep teaching others to convince ourselves we know more. But we all miss the point. We think we know, we think we are more powerful. Whatever we are doing gives us that hope and misdirection that we really will land somewhere. Nothing wrong will happen to us. This is our assumption. All our lives we assume this. But death is a certainty for all of us. See what Maharaj says, na ho mare na thage jaye. Jinke Ram vase man maaye. You want to transcend death. That's the karma khand. Tithe sito sita mein mamai. Where we live a seamless existence with the Creator. Where no you and me doesn't exist, but He exists and I am no more. Sito sita mein mamai. In His mehma, in His grace, in His love, in His celebration, in the Creator's celebration, we seamlessly rest in that. Na umari na thage jaye, jinke Ram vase man maaye. And this is the anand of life, Maharaj, where unconditional happiness exists. Kare anand sacha man soy. But we theorize and we do the wrongs of life. Even the spiritual realm is now full of people who teach spirituality without knowing the subject. You will give discourses on Anhadnad, on Anand, on Sukhmana Nadi. These are mere words. If you don't know them, you don't know their state. And why do we need to tell others about these states which are so hidden, so secretive that they cannot be narrated? When Guru himself is saying that we cannot speak about these. Karadasar. But we know more than Guru. If Guru Sahib was here, we would want to teach the Guru also. This is our ego. We don't learn. We don't want to listen to our Guru. We want to tell our Guru. And so we will find these people. And somewhere I heard this question which this is very interesting. The compare asked this person, so Guru Nanak used to use the word waheguru? And the answer was yes. And I was really amazed what was the basis of this answer. Where does it ever say that Maharaj used the word waheguru? I have not found proof. But this person had the aptitude and said, yes, it's very easy to deceive yourself and others. What is the Shabad? Maharaj, it's the whole ethos and the pillar of Guru Nanak Sahib's spiritual journey, the Shabad Guru. Surt and Shabad. Everywhere Maharaj is talking. What is this Shabad? Shabad is, the entire creation is Shabad, Maharaj. The Creator's realm of existence is Shabad. It is the defined and undefined both put together. So we cannot talk about the Shabad in its entirety ever. But we can experience the Shabad. How can we experience? गाविए सुनिए मन रखिए पाओ दुख पर हर सुख कर ले जाए. See what Maharaj says in the Sikh Ghost. जैसे जल में कमल निरालम, like a lotus in water, a duck in water doesn't drown, don't get submerged, they go beyond it, live above it. जैसे जल में कमल निरालम मुर्गाई ने साने. The art of living this world is Surat Shabad Sagar Tariye. And this is the experience world, Maharaj. This cannot be spoken about. Even if we do speak about it, there's nothing we can say about this world. The Shabad world is not in our control. See what he says. Kadiye Surat Mat Man Buddh. Kadiye Sura Siddha Ki Suddh. This is the Shabad. Shabad Sachi Taksal. This is the Creator carving our minds and preparing them for meeting our own source mind, our source code, the Creator who formed us. Or let me say, go into Sunnavastha. Like he asked this question, जब ए देह न होती तब मन कैठे रहता. जब ए हृदय देह न होती तब मन कैठे रहता. See what a lovely question. When there is no body and mind and heart, where does the man stay? This is our source, man. This is where we are all coming from. It's within our reach. Hirde dehna hoti avdu, taman sun reha beraki. The whole game of life is to understand where does the mind come from and where will it go. कहाँ ते आवे, कहाँ है जावे, कहाँ है रहे समाई. And how do we do that, Maharaj? Love is the key. To love our source, our Creator. Love our Guru. And be willing to give up our ego mind. Man beche Satgur ke paas. This sevak ke karaj ras. Sev karat hove ne kami. Tisko hot parapat swami. And where is the Guru Maharaj? Guru is everywhere. He is in every part of creation, the undivided. When we have a registry sometimes of land with multiple owners, and they will write, it's not divided, demarcated, it's undivided share for everyone. The Guru exists in the undivided part of all creation. And Guru will be Hazir, depending on our ability to hold our mind stable. One thing I really feel that it's not easy to cross this border of the ego without real Sangat. Sometimes I really feel that. Because we always interpret what is being said with our own judgments, and we actually miss the point in doing that. Like the Ramanand and Kabir. These are brave people who give up their ego. And the victory and loss of life is governed by the state of the man. तेरे नाई रत्ते से चिन गए, हार गए से ठगन वाले. Those who are absorbed in your man, in your naam, give up their ego. They are the only ones. They are the victorious. They could have a physically miserable life. They could. If you really look at the sadhus' lives, you will not find that glamour in their lives which we look at and judge people with. But we don't have that eye to see who's the one who's formed, who's arrived. But we can have it. This game of Monopoly can lead and open the doors to an immense, powerful, joyous, flowing energy, full of anand. Asman mein aane lehang dariya, gusal kardan bood. Maharaj says, then this is the karm world. Karmi apo apni ke nede kya dur. So somebody will find the Creator near and someone will find far. Jo Thakur sat sada hazure, taako andha janat dure. Where the Creator is always present. We the blind people don't see. But Kabir says he sees. Maharaj says he sees. Allah paakang paak hai, shak karo jo dusra hoye. Now Maharaj draws, in my view, draws a line from this physical, sensual, senses world, physical world to the spiritual world. And he redefines the other world. This other world exists parallel to our world, the Naam world. Jinni Naam te aaya, gaye mushakkat kaal. Word mushakkat means they have toiled victoriously. They are the result-oriented people, not the Ambanis and Adanis. Those who have won their man. Man jeete jag jeet. Jako kachu na chahiye, shohi shahanshah. Jinni naam te aaya. Those who have absorbed themselves in naam, they are the ones who have really given results, proven themselves and got the results of life. They are the victorious people, so to say. Or they are the ones who've arrived. Gaye mushakkat kaal. Their kalana, their effort gives results, has given results. Nanak Dev Ji. And their face is resplendent, it's enlightened. How does their mukh become ujjal? Because they live in the Dasam Dwar Maharaj. Their energy center is up above. Our energy centers are much lower. Maybe the sex center, maybe the emotion center, maybe the heart center. Or maybe Agya Chakra, whatever. Centers being what we are focusing our life on, where we are driving our life to. These people have driven their life to the Dasam Dwar, the Asman mein. They live there. And that is why their face is resplendent, because that energy has elevated itself. Nanak te mukh ujle. Kiti chutti naal, and they don't go alone from here. When they transcend this world, many go with them. Because wo bhi chandan hoye rahe, base jo chandan paas. Someone is touched by the other, and then he wakes up. And the awakened then touches another, and the other wakes up. Like that, this is a larger family, a caravan towards Like Bhagat Kabir says, Vaikunt. And these are the people who have really found the real wealth of life, that wealth which can't be taken away from them. Where even the sorrows and pains of this world can't deter their vision of the real world. Where their source of the foundation of their life is the spirit world, not the physical world. Na sazo, na bazo, na fozo, na farsh. Khudavand bakshan de aish arsh. जिन्नी नाम ते आया गए मुशक्कत काल नानक ते मुकुजले केती छुट्टी नाल. With this slok, Maharaj, I beg forgiveness for whatever wrong I would have said in the flow of things. I have made many errors. Pray to the Guru for Sangat and a direction towards our inner self, where we can resolve our complexities and move towards the simplicity of life, the anand of life, Maharaj. And we have participated in the taksal of life. कड़िए शब्द सच्ची टकसाल जिनको नदर करम तिनकार नानक नदरी नदर निहाल. Thank you so much for your presence. This culminates the Japji. It's been a joyous journey with Sahib. I am sure I can never do justice to what Maharaj is wanting to say. But we attempt our own attempts. And in our errors, we sometimes find forgiveness. And in it, the Gur Prasad. And I pray we all find Gur Prasad in this lifetime. Thank you so much. If you have any questions or want to say something, you can raise your hands in Zoom or YouTube. You can write out your question on Facebook. We'll read them out here in Zoom and discuss them. Thank you for your presence. And I appreciate your participation. In your presence, I find my Guru. Waheguru Ji ka khalsa. Waheguru Ji ki fateh.
Waheguru Ji ka khalsa.
Waheguru Ji ka khalsa. Waheguru Ji ki fateh.
I want to understand two words, Dhyaya and Chutti.
Naam Dhyana means to remember. Naam is the foundation of all creation. Bin naame nahi ko thaum. Naam is our creative energy. And we have forgotten it. So that Simran and Dhyana is a word which comes from that. Jinni naam te aaya. What is the other word you said?
Keti Chutti.
Keti Chutti. Chutti means to find freedom. Chut gaye, azad ho gaye. Naal. Brahmgyani does not live alone. It's a chain reaction, and he awakens many with him or her. Keti Chutti Naal.
A few years back, when I used to read this Bani, I used to think that we cannot live without air, for more than 1 or 2 minutes. And without water, we can live a day or two. And without food, we can live for longer period. So, when Guru compares one Guru, Bani, Pita, Mata, Tara, so the most important thing is Guru. How should we take this when Guru is using the words and for Guru for prayer, and how should we see this?
He is explaining a simile. It's a way of making us understand that the physical world and this is explained in spiritual terms. The Guru is the pavan, is the like breath for us in the physical world. The Guru is in the spiritual world. And pavan and the earth, he is explaining this to be the physical aspect of life where we live. Like the father and mother in a family, the water and air, water and the earth, and day and night, like the morning and night created, the time which is created. So this is a frame of existence where we all live. And Maharaj says that this is how these are important things. Similar to how in a family a mother and father is, the air and the water is, and the earth is. He is explaining Dharamsal to us. If you remember in the Dharamkhand, he brings forth this word Dharamsal, the place where Dharam can be earned. Ji Maharaj.
It is some people connect these lines with environment, that Guru has compared water with that and earth with that thing, and we are creating this motherland and water and air. So is there any connection of environment?
There's nothing wrong in appreciating our environment or nature. Guru often uses nature as a way of trying to understand certain concepts of life. Like he talks about trees, he talks about tarvar ki chham, or he talks about a mound of sand, and he says this is like a moving sand. That is how life is. So explanations of how the world is explained through these things which are naturally existing around us is easier to understand. Like that, he has explained how the physical world has air, water, and the earth, and time and space. We can always appreciate nature. Kudrat, Maharaj has always appreciated himself. And in this Kudrat, the Kadar lives, the Creator lives in this Kudrat. But what I think is most important about this slok is that this defines two worlds. One is the ego world. Karmi apo apni. Like in the Dharamkhand, he explains, Karmi karmi hoy bichar. Similarly, he is explaining that there is the Karam world, but the real person who has really toiled and benefited from this creation and made the creation benefit from him or her is those who dwell in Naam. They are the essence, the the people who have transcended this world. To me, that is more relevant, that we have a choice of either living in the physical, moving mind realm, or transcending that to the Naam world and finding the egoless mind. That is the key. And that is our approach in everything, whether it is in seva, whether it is in anything good or bad we are doing. He explains this again and again. In the Asadivar, he says that some people find this to do good to others. And then they want many times more. They say, we did this good, so we should get this return. So he says, those are the people who are ego-driven. That will not give you spiritual energy. De de mange saisa guna, sob kare sansar. Give me many times more, I have done good. Now, if that is how our attitude is, then we will be in the karmi, in the karam world. We'll exist there only. Good or bad, we will be trapped. Satya man santok upchare, dene ke vichar. They find some of these good people find that they have become happier, santok upje, and they want to give. They want to be philanthropic. But while giving, de de mange saisa guna, but they want more. They are doing a trade-off. I am giving this, I should get much more. I will get much more. So I am doing for others. But that is all a trade-off. So it is all going to be converted into my ego mind. And I should be exalted in this world because I have done good for others. Like that. That is the approach to life which we think, which needs to be understood. That we are not merely physical beings, but we are spiritual beings. And we have something much more valuable than the temporary existence which we find in this physical world. Something more immensely valuable. That is what Guru Sahib is driving us towards. A spirit world, a spirit mind. Waheguru ji ka khalsa, Waheguru ji ki fateh. Thank you.